Good morning, everyone. Today we're at Universal Studios Hollywood. Hope you are having a good Labor Day weekend. We are just a couple days away from Halloween Horror Nights. Opens Thursday, September 4th, runs select days through November 2nd. This will be our final update here at the park. We'll show you where everything is located, tell you about all 8 houses, the Terror Tram, the Scare Zone starting here, Chainsaw Klownz, tell you about the ticket types and some of the food. Let's head on in. Universal Studios Hollywood is broken into the upper lot, lower lot, and the tram loading. Here on the upper lot, we have Chucky's Dive Bar and the Lumley Courtyard. Right across in Hollywood Dine is a newly themed restaurant for the house Fallout. And then up on the upper lot, as you come in, will be the Chainsaw Klownz Scare Zone. Carnival of Carnage, right in front of the Universal Plaza entrance. And if it's like last year, the last few years actually, the opening ceremony does not happen at opening to help with the crowds. They do that every 45 minutes, typically starting at 7:45. So make sure you follow our opening night coverage to make sure they're doing that again. In Universal Plaza, you can celebrate Dia de los Muertos with themed foods and characters and merchandise. And then we'll show you the Scare Zone for Noche de Brujas and tell you about the 2 houses that are up here on the upper lot. During the day, Waterworld is the Waterworld stunt show, and at night it will become Purge on Dangerous Waters, a Purge-themed show. Here on the upper lot, we've got Fallout right here in the old Walking Dead location, and then behind us we'll show you where Monstrous 3 is going to be. But when you come in, you go to the right, you'll go to Purge on Dangerous Waters, plus the Fallout restaurant and the Chucky's Dive Bar. You continue before you get to the Universal Plaza, the arch where the clowns are. You turn left is where you'll find these 2 houses. So the area is not quite open yet. We'll come back once they drop that rope. And it is not fully set up yet, but inside of Universal Plaza, there will be themed drinks and food. And they're building something over here, so we'll see what that ends up being. And there's usually characters that walk around here, like La Llorona, but she may be in the Scare Zone, because we're going to tell you about that too. But you can find food and drinks right here. It is a party for Dia de los Muertos. Also on the upper lot here, across from Universal Plaza, inside the DreamWorks Theater, during Halloween Horror Nights will be Chainsaw Man: The Chaos, a sort of anime-style animated film on the screen, so make sure to check that out. We are here for a Horror Nights update, but we can't ignore the fact that the walls are down in front of Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, so we'll show you that in just a second. But this Scare Zone on the upper lot here, in front of the future Fast and Furious coaster, is Murder of Crows. Here next to Mel's and the Palace on the upper lot is Monstrous 3. This is the 3rd in the sequel of Latin American Ghosts and Legends, and we cannot wait. This has been one of my favorites the last few years. So this is a brand new house with new monsters. Similar concept, sequel to the last 2 years. And the other upper lot house, Fallout here on Baker Street. This was the old Walking Dead location. To recap, on the upper lot we have Monstrous 3, we have Fallout, so we have 2 houses. Behind the Wizarding World in the backstage area on the upper lot, we have Poltergeist and Terrifier. Then you have all the Scare Zones on the upper lot. You have Chainsaw Klownz, Carnival of Carnage, Noche de Brujas, which we're going to show you, and then also, what do we forget? Oh, A Murder of Crows, that's it. Here on French Street is the Scare Zone Noche de Brujas, which you can walk through, or you will also exit through Monstrous 3. So as you exit the house, you'll come out into the Scare Zone, or if you wanted to go back through without waiting in line, you could just walk through also. It looks really cool. Now, to access the Terrifier and Poltergeist houses, which are on the upper lot, but they are backstage, you're going to need to walk all the way through the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, past Hogwarts Castle, past the exit of the ride, and you'll see some gates that'll be open, and you'll walk backstage to access those. So just past the exit of Flight of the Hippogriff and Forbidden Journey, these gates will be open, and you will walk backstage to get to Terrifier and Poltergeist. So at Midsummer Scream, the Halloween and Horror Convention a couple weeks ago, we got to see the panel with John Murdy and Mike Aiello from Halloween Horror Nights here in Hollywood and Florida. And they warned us the Terrifier house is going to be the goriest, wettest house ever at Halloween Horror Nights. I got to talk to both of them after the panel. Let's insert that short clip here. All right, so we're looking forward to Terrifier this year, and some crazy stuff you're doing. Why was it this movie that you're going above and beyond some of the other movies?
Because it demands it. You know, all you have to do is watch the first film and go, oh, okay, this is where we're going. And to not do that would be a huge disservice to the millions of fans of Terrifier.
And it was a task getting the powers that be there too, because we have to educate them on here's what this franchise is and what the fan expectation is.
Perfect.
And if they didn't know before, they know now.
Just talk about it. They will be fully immersed in it.
Yes,
all right. Well, we're looking forward to it. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Heed the advice. Do not go out the chicken exit. And I hear they're actually selling ponchos in Florida that turn red like blood when they get wet. We'll see if they have them here opening night. Don't take the chicken exit. Is that what?
Don't take the chicken. I warned them. I sat there and I literally warned them. Don't go out the chicken exit. I guarantee you they're going to go out the chicken exit.
We are going to head on to the studio tour now to show you what the Terror Tram setup looks like. During Halloween Horror Nights, the studio tour transforms into Terror Tram. Enter the Blumhouse, where you actually get off on the back lot and walk through and see some scenes from iconic Blumhouse movies, plus some very, very famous sets, including the Psycho House, the Bates Motel set, War of the Worlds. Let's go check out the construction on the Terror Tram. We are on the tram now. It was really loud, so we're going to mute the audio. That location there was the Horrors of the Wyatt 6 in the Jurassic Extended Queue. Stage 15 is Five Nights at Freddy's. Not too much to see from the outside, but trust me, it's going to be really cool indoors. Here is the location of Scarecrow, music by Slash, and in theaters October 17th, Black Phone 2. And as we round the corner here, this is where you will exit the tram during the Terror Tram. We're going to continue on during the day, but we're going to let the tour guide tell us what to expect at night in just a moment.
Now over on the right side of the tram, we are preparing for Halloween Horror Nights, which begins Thursday night, where at night, this turns into the Terror Tram. Enter the Blumhouse, where you're met by characters from scary Blumhouse films like The Purge, Happy Death Day, Megan, Black Phone. Some of those characters are hanging out in front of us, in front of our scale model of the Hollywood sign. And they built the sets for Halloween Horror Nights right in front of the Bates Motel and house from Psycho. The Bates Motel is run by Norman Bates, and he lives in the house at the top of the hill.
During Horror Nights on the Terror Tram, you'll be walking through this portion, so you'll be able to stop there and take a picture in front of the Hollywood sign. You're going to also walk past the Psycho House, and there is usually a photo op here with Norman Bates. There he is. You can stand right in front of the steps and take a picture with him before you continue on through that maze. There you see the Blumhouse entry. So you'll be walking along the house there through the Purge, and then you'll continue on through the War of the Worlds set and see more of those Purge characters. And you can kind of see the graffiti on the fence there. So kind of a blending of multiple things here, War of the Worlds. But the official theme is Blumhouse's The Purge. But make sure you stop and take a picture with Norman Bates. You'll definitely want that as a souvenir. And we will continue on now. There is still a little bit more to see on the Terror Tram route. You'll be walking through that whole area, and you'll be exiting through one of these Blumhouse houses right there to board back on the tram to go back up to the upper lot and continue your adventure. This area here is backstage. We'll show you how to access that, and this is the location of two houses. Terrifier, which is going to be the goriest, wettest house ever at Halloween Horror Nights, and Poltergeist. And as someone who grew up in Simi Valley, that house looks identical. And here at the exit to the tram, there is a photo op for Blumhouse with Black Phone and Megan. It is really hot today, so we're going to stand under the shade here in the stroller parking. So on the tram, which is themed to Blumhouse, the Terror Tram at night, it looks like you're going to enter through Black Phone. There'll also be Megan, and then at the end, when you walk through the World set, it looks like the Purge. So definitely check that out. And if you want your best seat on the Terror Tram when you get off, sit car number 2 on the driver's side of the tram. You're going to get the best view when you get off. A little tip there. So to access the lower lot mazes, you're going to take the Starway, the set of escalators, all the way down to that lower lot. Takes 6 minutes from the top to the bottom to plan accordingly. On the lower lot, there are 4 houses, and they had been doing some work down here, and everybody wondered what was going on, and right now they're using it for an extended queue line. So that'll probably be for Jason Universe. So what we see right in front of us here, next to the Mummy, is Jason Universe. And we pan out behind stage 15, across from 16, Scarecrow, music by Slash. And this is a sequel to another Scarecrow this year featuring music by Slash. And in stage 15, which is behind Transformers, the one that everyone is excited about, well, Terrifier is going to be incredibly popular. But as we've seen from Florida, which in Orlando, they opened Horror Nights last week, the Five Nights at Freddy's house has been crazy crowded. So get down there as soon as you can. That'll be in stage 15. And then in the extended queue of Jurassic, all the way over here, we have WWE presents The Horrors of the Wyatt 6. So 4 houses down here, and then above Jurassic Cafe, there will be a bar themed to Slash with themed food and beverages, and then we'll show you down below there is a Jason barbecue too. So let's head down. Everyone always asks tips and tricks for Horror Nights, and you know, depending on the night you come and the crowd level, it's just hit or miss on how you should do the houses. I always say download the app and check the times, but this is the queue line that they built for this house here. So my best piece of advice if you come to Horror Nights, if you can afford it, I would do the Express Pass. Save yourself some time and make sure you get through everything you want to do. Here on the lower lot next to Panda Express is the Jason Universe Barbecue. And what is going to be viral this year is that s'mores. Come sit by the campfire and enjoy some s'mores. We'll show you a bigger picture over here. So last year it was the Ghostbuster s'mores. This year it is a Jason s'mores, the shape of his mask, and you're going to want to get one of those. Look, it says welcome to Camp Crystal Lake right over there. Entrance to the Five Nights at Freddy's house is just to the left of Transformers, between Transformers and Super Nintendo World. And then if you're looking for Scarecrow, that is to the right of Transformers behind the Mummy. And we'll tell you how you can access Super Nintendo World during Halloween Horror Nights, because there's only certain tickets that will allow that. So stay tuned. I keep trying to find a quiet place to talk about the tickets, and you're in a theme park, it just doesn't work. We were sitting over there and the music from Super Nintendo World was so loud. So we moved over here. It's a little echoey. So there are multiple ways to enjoy Halloween Horror Nights. If you want to come just one night, there are single night tickets for any day that you choose of the event. All it does is get you into the event starting at 7 p.m. You can enjoy all the open rides and attractions with that ticket. If you want to cut down on your wait time, you can add an Express Pass, so you can do the ticket with Express. The Express gets you into each ride and house one time with that Express, and you can do it again multiple times afterwards, but you can only use that front of the line access once. If you want to go through multiple times with that Express, they do have tickets with unlimited. So there is a single day ticket with Express, and then single day ticket with unlimited Express, and the park opens at 7 p.m. If you wanted to get in early with any of those ticket types, you can add early entry and get into the park starting at 5:30. And at 5:30, select houses will be open. We do not know what those are yet. Once we do opening night, we will let you know. If you feel like you want to come multiple nights, there are frequent fear passes. There is one that gets you in every single night of the event. and one that's a little bit less expensive, that there are some blockout dates like Saturdays and days closest to Halloween. Now, during Halloween Horror Nights, not all of the attractions are open, so if you wanted to do the regular studio tour, see the regular version of Waterworld, see Minions and Secret Life of Pets, there is a after 2 p.m. ticket that gets you into the park at 2 p.m. and then into Horror Nights also, and then that'll give you early entry to those early entry houses. And then if you wanted to do that, you could also add the Express. So there's a regular ticket that gets you in at 7, and then an early entry ticket that you can add on for entry at 5:30, and then an after 2 day-night combo ticket. Now, if you want to see Super Nintendo World, if you have an after 2 p.m. ticket, you can access Super Nintendo World from 2 o'clock to park closing at 6, and then also from 7 to 10. If you buy an express ticket, you can also do Super Nintendo World from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. But if you buy just a general admission ticket, or if you have a frequent fear pass, Super Nintendo World is not open for you during Halloween Horror Nights. And then if you want the most fantastic experience, which we've done in the past and I highly recommend, they do have the RIP tour, which gives you a guide through the entire event, front of the line access to all the ride shows, attractions. It is a great experience, and it comes with an absolutely fantastic VIP buffet and beverages and desserts throughout the night, so check that out. And of course, all these ticket types are subject to availability, and the price changes depending on what night of the event you come. So I recommend checking out the Halloween Horror Nights website and Universal Studios Hollywood to see what those ticket prices and availability is. If you have any questions about the tickets or any recommendations, let us know down in the comments. And new this year, there is a Halloween Horror Nights dining pass that you can get. It's a lanyard. Get you 2 entrees, select entrees, plus 4 desserts or snacks. We do not have that full list just yet, so follow us. We will be here opening night and let you all know about that dining pass. I believe it's $65. That is it here, our last update prior to Halloween Horror Nights opening on Thursday. Let us know down in the comments, which house are you running to first? I think for us it's going to be Terrifier or Five Nights at Freddy's, which I think everybody's going to be doing. Let us know down in the comments what you're most excited for. If you have questions about the event, let us know down in the comments and we'll try our best to answer those for you. And make sure you follow us on social media and here on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We'll be here opening night with full coverage of all the houses, the shows, the scare zones, and of course the food and the merchandise. So make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell turned on. And follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, of course, for updates throughout the night. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye. Don't take the chicken eggs. Is that what?
Don't take that chicken. I wanted them. I sat there and I literally wanted them. Don't go out the chicken eggs.